Now, the Muslim community, well, they're not very happy about the fact that people are starting to notice their takeover of the country. Now, for the last while, I have seen the right be incredibly principled in regards to not being Islamophobic. And recently, as the Muslims continue to...
What do you call it? Islamoceptic. These people make me sick.
Conquer. The right is like, we actually don't really want to get conquered, to be honest with you. Now, again, it's not every Muslim, obviously. I want to make distinction. The radical Muslim, the snake, and the Muslim...
I think that we should deport all Muslims. All Muslims.
At the grass. Anyway, breaking news. Hasan Piker says he wants to, quote, destroy the white race. I covered this in my previous video, but the discourse got...
He said that a long time ago, didn't he?
Way hairier ever since then. Of course, people are responding. Breaking news, foreigner hates white people. Literally the least shocking thing I've ever... Now, I'm white, Lamau, says Hasan Piker. Schrodinger's white guy, as we find him. This week...
Yeah, he's only white whenever it's convenient.
On Hasan, 999.6% cooked, someone even... All right, so I'm white, Lamau, says Hasan. Now, actually, I don't
give a fuck if you're white. I honestly don't. I don't give a fuck about anything that you say. If you hate America, you don't belong here. Hot take. Even if you're American, if you were born here, if you've been here for generations, if you don't want to be here, then you should get the fuck out.
Exclusive footage of Hasan tweeting this, actually. Now, a lot of people don't realize, but I was actually literally taking a photo of him as he was tweeting this. That's right. Everyone in chat is so surprised right now. This, as you can see, is Hasan Piker typing, I'm white, Lamau. As you can see from this photo right over here. Now, interestingly enough, Hasan Piker, who has been notoriously on record saying, I'm white, Lamau, has also had gigantic crash outs whenever someone dared call him white. Now, the reason why he was offended when someone called him white is actually because he's giga racist. He hates white people. He hates black people. He's a Turk. What can I say? He loves...
He only likes terrorism. He likes terrorists.
Infinite Ottoman Empire, baby. I am not saying that Turks love jet because... I have literally been criticized by people at YouTube for saying Turks love genocide. So I will not be making that statement, that Turks love genocide.
Nope, not gonna make that statement. Nope.
Historically, Turks have done a bunch of genocide, but that is not indicative of the opinion.
Yeah, just look at the name of the Young Turks, if you know anything about the Young Turks.
I just want to make that very clear.
What he's doing here is smearing Connie as a Zionist in defense of you because she reacted to something, some completely indefensible statement of yours. See, this is what I mean. It's like, really, it's indefensible.
He's probably mad because he saw an Armenian in the chat, and he realized that they missed one. That was a joke, obviously, and a glib remark towards the Armenian genocide carried out by the Turks, which, again, is not something indicative of what every Turk would do, but...
You find it indefensible. You find it defensible for a white supremacist organization who has actively tried to fucking tackle affirmative action initiatives, which have now led to the anti-DEI movement that we are currently in.
Based?
You find that to be so fucking...
Based, by the way.
You can't be talking like that, white baby. See, this is what I mean. First of all, suck my fucking cock, okay? I'm a goddamn Muslim American who gets fucking called a terrorist every fucking day.
Oh, that's actually not because of the color of your skin. That's because you love terrorism.
Yeah.
Can I continue?
Okay, are we doing racism Olympics? Are we talking about what kind of racism is institutionally completely appropriate?
Well, let me introduce you to institutionally completely appropriate racism, ladies and gentlemen. It's when you don't like terrorists. That's right. Disliking terrorists is now racism, according to... You see, woke one was like, all races and cultures are equal. I said that with a straight face. I'm still surprised. Woke 2 is like, actually, if you criticize terrorists, you're racist. Man, Woke 2 is so much cooler than Woke 1, guys.
Yeah, Woke 3 is just gonna be them straight up committing mass acts of terrorism. They already show that they enjoy that shit. Peaceful protests, mostly peaceful. Eventually, they're just gonna straight up be like, yes, rioting is good and just, and we should be burning down every building in America and replacing them with mosques.
So much cooler. Now, this is your daily reminder that Islam is not a race, it is an ideology. This is also your daily reminder that terrorism, it is often carried out by a specific ideology, of which I will not mention particularly at all, obviously. Of course, it's just not the Christians, or the Jews, or the Hindus, or the Sikhs, usually. But anyway, this is him getting super mad that someone called him white. Right, so he's white, he's not white, he's Schrodinger's white, he's not Schrodinger's white. This is
He's also not a Muslim, he pretends to be a Muslim.
His head smaller than usual. but he's getting fat, so you probably weren't able to tell. Now, Asmongold was recently banned on Twitch for saying that countries should defend
What? He was?
their borders. A very controversial take, because according to the homosexual globalist elites, they want you to get raped to death. They want your infinite rape to happen to all of your family. Now, the global...
It's not really that they want that particularly. It's just that they're evil and they love evil. They love when evil things happen. And that's what they are promoting, is evil in general.
Love that stuff, which is why I'm demonetized on YouTube. I made an entire deep dive on the morality of child invaders on my Patreon, which I'm not saying here that I actually endorse or not, because on YouTube you're not allowed to have opinion. However, on Patreon you're allowed to have opinions, so you can check my Patreon link in the description, where I do an entire deep dive on the morality of or immorality of that are trying to invade your nation. Now, I am tired of aliens, and aliens need to go. I'm just saying. Oh no, an alien is crying. Tear up the Constitution. I don't care. The aliens have to go. Purge the aliens. Remove them. Remove the aliens. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is...
Fucking Zognoids. The fucking Gorgonauts. What's another word I could use? Goblins. That's my new favorite one.
Yes,
you don't want goblins taking over your village. You know what you do to goblins who are trying to take over your village?
Hasan is very angry that Asmongold was banned. I have an entire video on this yesterday. Asmongold's response to being banned for advocating for murder migrant children. Actually, he was advocating to defend your country from Xenos filth. All right, literally, who are using children as human shields. But to double down and then talk about other kinds of children that should also be murdered. I'm not even joking. That's bad, because there are tons that should die. I know, it's a really hard thing to hear.
Didn't he call Israeli babies settlers, or what is it? What did he call them? He was justifying murdering babies of Jews.
It's definitely a rough thing to discuss. Again, this is coming from Hasan, the guy who endorses abortion, which is the largest child-killing project in the history of the world.
Dude, it's worse than the Holocaust. More babies are killed than the amount of Jews that died in the Holocaust.
All right, let's not mince words. To be really mad at Asmongold for wanting to defend your border. And he's like, yeah, sometimes when terrorists use children as human shields, they'll die. What are you supposed to do? Just not fight the terrorists? It's like, oh shit, an alien is a baby duct taped to his chest. We have to let him rape us now. Rape me, alien. There's nothing I can do about it.
So I just looked it up. Recent estimates indicate that approximately 1.1 million abortions occur annually in the United States, with the Guttmacher Institute estimating 1,126,000 procedures in 2025 and 1,140,000 in 2024. That's an awful lot of baby murdering.
Please be quick, alien. Please be quick. Anyway, so the point is, Asmongold actually responds with a truke. That's a truth nuke, in short. Hasan has said that Israeli settlers were valid military targets, and then explicitly said there are baby settlers. Anyone could look this clip up and find it. Bro, Asmongold's been watching the Nuxanors here. You're not mad. I said shoot kids. You're mad. The kids I said to shoot aren't Jews. Oh my. Yeah. And then Hasan responds in the classic terrorist-supporting, dog-shocking, brothel enthusiast manner, where he just lies. No surprise, the child murder advocate is lying! For the state most famous for murdering children, Israel.
Okay.
Now, it's so funny, because now, not only is Israel not even remotely close to the state that murdered the most children. In fact, Turkey murdered way more children than it.
I think that America murders more children than anybody in history, and it's not people like Asmongold making that happen. It is the leftoids that Hasan sides with, because abortion.
Not even remotely close. Speaking of states that kill children, as well. By the way, America killed more children when we nuked Japan. Literally in just that one instance alone. And there are so many examples of this again and again and again. But anyway, no one cares. Like, oh yeah, the terrorist is using your child as a human shield. Quick, sacrifice your civilization. Sacrifice it for the sake of that one child. That child is duct taped to the terrorist's chest. They're shooting missiles from. They're duct taping babies to rocket launchers. Nothing you can do about that anymore. It's over. It's over, guys.
I think if enough people say to deport them eventually, it'll actually happen.
Nothing you can do. Well, you can defend yourself. A child will die. Anyway, so Hasan Piker, who doesn't understand anything about the world, that's a joke. He obviously does. He just wants you to be emotionally manipulated by terrorist child shield havers. Child body armor enjoyers. So, anyway, so Hasan Piker first says, you're lying! You're lying! Except, he lying, though.
Palestinians, and this is going to sound very radical and possibly very violent, but this is a matter of law, and maybe even if you agree with this, a matter of morality. Palestinians have the legal ground to violently seize back their own homes from the settlers. This is a reality, and that is precisely the reason why they have to exist under endless occupation in the West Bank.
You know what? And that's why I say, if it was settlers, that would be a lot more understandable. Yeah. But let's not obfuscate. Okay, I understand what you're
This is talking about Hamas terrorists invading the Israeli border, raping and murdering 1,300 Jews, and then kidnapping 300 more, by the way, including dozens of Americans.
saying. This dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But
there are baby settlers as well. What do you mean? So Hasan Piker, first of all, talks about how any Palestinian has every right to kill an Israeli settler. They're settling. And then, all of a sudden, bro decides to say, of course there are baby settlers. Of course. So Hasan, an actual advocate for terrorists murdering innocent babies, is crying that Asmongold thinks that you should actually defend your nation from terrorists that are using babies as human shields. Again, I don't care about your fake morality, alien. We're going to get you out of here. It'd be awesome. Now, Dude,
I can't wait. It's been too long. Been way too long. Been talking about this guy for years. Finally, the media is picking up on him, but they're still not doing enough.
Top surrogate, Hasan Piker, says he loves the goal of impoverishing the white middle class. Oy vey, so much of what you earn literally goes nowhere. If you take a look, I guarantee you are overpaying on car insurance. Every year, the prices rise. You never question it. Insurance companies count on the fact that you never question it. People just pay because that's the bill and that's what you got to do. But do not fold to the Giga Corporation vampires.
He pushes
There's
scam
something
apps,
cheaper out there,
insurance.
and that's why this video is sponsored by Smarter Auto. It takes you 2 minutes to check, and you immediately...
He's just taking money from these people because he knows that none of his audience is actually going to use that. They're not going to click that shit.
Find the cheapest alternative.
That's why he's got a different one every time.
Worked for me, so I wanted to share it. Here's what happens when you check it out. You scan the QR code on screen or click the link in my description. Answer a few basic questions like your car, your zip code, basic info like that. You'll see a table with different insurance quotes and rates. Side by side, you compare the options. You pick whatever's best for you, and it takes you straight to that provider to sign up and start saving. It's completely free. It takes like 2 minutes, and every person that does it literally supports my channel. I'm fully demonetized by YouTube for telling the truth, and if you can help me for free and help yourself, win-win. Don't be a brokey. Get off yo lazy ass. Take 2 minutes of your time and potentially save hundreds of dollars a month. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description right now. Check your rate and see how much you could be saving and help me in the process. Back to the chaos.
His top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. One of the things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is. But that's also part of the reason why I really respect what he's doing. She's awesome.
What?
Right. So we have this guy who wants to destroy the white race. And also he loves the goal of impoverishing the white middle class.
Bro, I don't want to be a white nationalist, man. I don't want to be a white supremacist, none of that. But these people are making me.
Just saying, isn't that incredible? Isn't it incredible that this dude exists? Now, let me just show you. Exhibit A for why birthright citizenship is cancer. Thank you for your attention.
By the way, communism is illegal.
But this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He's mad that Zoran Mamdani isn't radical enough to give it to the infinite invasion of brown people. All right, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Now, again, he makes believe he's white. And simultaneously not white. It's incredible that this is a real guy. Now, people being like, hello, this is literally Hasan Piker in his pool in the backyard of his Los Angeles mansion with the dog that he likes electrocuting. Hello. And then leftists are like, the pool is tiny, though. That's right, guys. He's just a tiny pool. It's just a tiny pool. It's just a tiny pool. He's a communist with a Gucci bag. Got his Prada kicks. Yeah, gotta have his swag. And a tiny pool. And a tiny head. And tiny schmeat. But he's fat, so he makes up for that. Anyway.
Imagine making fun of a guy for having a tiny pool. Most people don't have a pool. Most people can't even afford the inflatable pool you get from Walmart.
So Hasan Piker's mom, her son's love for China is outlandish. No one saw this one literally ever. Hasan Piker's mom being like, I think my baby is actually a Chinese operative. Very cool. Now, Abdul El Sayed campaign surrogate Hasan Piker has a message to young Americans. All right, in case you're aware that what his actual foreign policy stance, it's pretty good.
Don't join the military. Do not join the military.
Join the military.
I'm sorry to say,
Hasan Piker urges his audience of transsexual terrorists not to join the military.
told you, do not join the military. An important lesson.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's good for him to not tell It's good for him to tell his audience not to join the military because you don't want these freaks in the military.
And for all foreign adversaries of America to pay close attention to. You want sovereignty? You got to get nukes. That's it. This is the end of American imperialism in our lifetime.
Deport them. Honestly, I think more things should happen than just deporting them, but I'm not going to state those.
That's why I said what I said.
You don't join the military.
He said what he said at Yale. At Yale. Like, this rich freak is trying to cause wars to happen, and he's not even going to be able to, he's not going to have to participate in them because he speaks at places like Yale. Historically, these people are not the ones who have to fight the fight.
Military. Iran needs nuclear weapons.
At Yale, at the Yale Union, in that speech that I delivered, I said American empire is dying. It's ending no matter what we say. So it's up to us to manage that decline of American empire.
Your people are the ones, in quotes, causing the decline, even though it's not actually declining.
And to retreat from the world in a more equitable manner. Don't join the military. Do not join the military.
So this dude just exists to destroy our nation. Why are we not deporting this guy? What logical explanation could you give me for why execution, after a trial, of course, is not appropriate? Like, I don't want to be rude here. I'm not calling for violence. I'm asking.
It's because the people that we have in power currently are incompetent and they're worried about making money.
A moral question. What logic?
You can't make money whenever these people exist in the country. They're all over the place.
Reason could you, or moral reason, you give me as to why, after a trial, this dude shouldn't be executed for treason? Like, can you explain this to me?
I agree.
Like, again, I'm just asking for the moral argument. Now, Dr. Abdul El Sayed, not a real doctor, said, both of these multimillionaires can be weekends in Mackinac Island. How about you and your family? So this is him going to Mackinac Island in Michigan, saying he hates the town because the white people live there and the roads are clean and there's not rape. And I guess Abdul El Sayed likes dirty towns with rape. But this town is white people with no rape, so he's not a fan. So you got people, Kid Rock, going on Fox News to talk about how actually it's like, why does he just hate this area that he's supposed to be representing in the Senate?
And Mackinac is one of the most beautiful places in America. And don't take my word for it. Ask the millions of people who have visited. I just recently had some friends up here at my lake home in Charlevoix, Michigan, from South Alabama, from Birmingham, Alabama, but have a lake house in Alabama.
Yeah, talking about how beautiful it is. Obviously, Dr. Abdul El Sayed decides to do the socialist grift. Oh, they're multimillionaires. You can afford homes on Mackinac. How about you afford a home on Mackinac? Again, this is coming from Dr. Abdul El Sayed, who owns 3 homes around the world. This scammer owns 3 homes around the world. Literally, all these commies are scammers.
I think it's great if Americans are living the life. I don't give a fuck. They're trying to bring them down to our level because they're fucking commies. They want everybody to be equal, except them, of course, because they're going to have power. They're going to be the ones with the power and the money. They just don't want other people to have it.
LARPing as victims of capitalism because they think you're dumb. And you know what? They're right. You are dumb. It's working. It's working on getting the dumb vote. It's literally working. Now, of course, just talking about how Hasan Piker, definitely
I grew up
scary as shit.
20 minutes outside of Dearborn. I'm very familiar with this area. I'm watching this race very closely. I have seen firsthand what is happening in these communities. You cannot tell me that it is not happening. I have seen the forced subjugation and humiliation of women in the name of Islam. I have heard the Islamic call to prayer blasted in the streets. I have seen street signs named after literal terrorists. And I have Dearborn looked at a concerned resident in the face and told him that he didn't belong in the community because he dared raise objections to any of this. This is a problem. None of this is normal, and I'm not going to be shamed by Hasan Piker, who is now out there calling everyone who raises concerns about this Islamophobic.
You see, I think that you should just make believe that Islamophobic is not real, because it's not. You see, here's the thing. You are giving them power by making believe that they actually have some sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm Islamiseptic. And I think that we should purge the disease.
Right, if someone calls me Islamophobic, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to get blown up by a guy screaming Allahu Akbar. No. Oh. And
Aloha snack bar.
no, well, now what? So anyway, Hasan Piker, it's not Islam that's subjugating women in this country. It's Republic. They just lie, actually. Like, lying is just OP, bro. It's crazy how they do this every single time. All right, now, Zohran Mamdani had a recently resurfaced podcast clip show up where he's basically admitting to the fact that his entire political goal is manipulating...
Hey, I downloaded this clip. I'm getting ready to put that up on my Clips channel.
Manipulating
Folly Town Clippers.
Gen Z college kids that want an identity to vote for him so he could gain power, import people to rape them. Okay, I embellished the end there, but that's kind of what the end goal is, right?
I think that with the interesting thing about our communities here is I think that minority communities, because we have never had representation, we are tied much more to identity. White communities, they've had representation forever. And so for them, their tie is a little less identity and a little more ideology. And so what I mean by that is we have a lot of voters here who think of themselves first as progressive voters. Mm-hmm. And so we reach out to them speaking about our platform, our progressive platform. And you're very right that you need someone in the middle to be a validator, someone to tell them to trust us, believe in us. We've had that with Tiffany Caban and Cynthia Nixon.
If you look into their book, you would know that you cannot trust them or believe them.
I love how his accent used to just be like an Indian accent. It was really fun with the way we manipulate stupid white women. They go to college. They think they have brain because they have degree and underwater butt sex. I don't support butt sex, but I'll tell them I do. I am simply going to admit that my entire strategy is simple. We will take the white liberal bitch. We will fool them. We will convince them. Progressive. I am progressive. I'm progressive. You must join my movement as progressives. What I love when women wear towels. Towel women are my favorite kind of women. My favorite kind of women. I heard one speak in the background. This is very upsetting. Speak. No towel woman would speak. Anyway, so of course, Mamdani goes out there and he gets booed, literally booed off stage in the funniest way.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some more dancing?
Look at that.
More dancing? Yeah, what? You don't like dancing?
No, we're not. We're getting awards. Somebody's getting an award. You want to see who's getting an award? Come on, guys. I want some energy here.
Literally him off stage. Now, Secular Talk with Cuck Skalinsky had this. This was a little girl's dance event in Staten Island. My sister was there. A Republican heckled and booed so hard he cardiac arrested himself. He hated on Zohran so aggressively he literally had a heart attack at a kid's dance recital. Laughing emoji. Except none of this is true. Community note, this event was not at a children's dance recital. It was at a cop show. All right? It was at the annual National Nights Out Against Crime, hosted by the NYPD and law enforcement. So he literally just lies. Again, this is the entire leftist strategy. Just lying is OP. Right? You just lie, and then people will be like, holy shit. They'll just believe you.
And he's got his Blue Sky handle in his Twitter handle. Are you kidding me?
Because that's actually just how it goes. Now, Gad Saad, a man who escaped Lebanon, Muslims killed the Jews there, and he ended up in Canada. He said, my family and I escaped execution in Lebanon because Islam wanted to kill us. My parents were kidnapped by Fatah and were severely mistreated. Our home in Beirut was stolen by Palestinian Muslims. My wife's family escaped Lebanon because Islam wanted to kill them. Her ancestors escaped the Armenian genocide because Islam wanted to kill them. My grandparents escaped Syria because Islam wanted to kill them. My brother-in-law's family escaped Alexandria in Egypt because Islam wanted to kill them.
Yeah, Islam is perfect if you are 1000% for the regime. It's not even about being for Islam, by the way. You have to be for that particular flavor of Islam.
My family and I are leaving Montreal because Islam wants to kill us. The number of threats have forced me to take a 2-year leave from my home university. He's a professor at University of Montreal. I'm moving to this place over here to defend American liberties of ideological threats. A vile Islam despises Jews.
Ole Miss. Where's Ole Miss? Is that Alabama? You moving to Alabama?
Is now reporting me to my new institution because I dare criticize Islam. Imagine that. I will never stop defending the West from the dangers it faces. Long live the United States. All right,
yeah.
Interesting. Now, I don't...
Hell yeah. Welcome to have you, brother.
See a pattern here. It's probably cool. Of course, Mehdi Hasan responds with, is Islam in the room with you now? This is coming...
Dude, I fucking hate this leftoid meme. Is this thing in the room with you right now? They constantly just repeat the same things over and over again.
notorious Islamist that says that non.
They see somebody else say it, then they're gonna say it because they're all on the same side. It's fucking retarded, dude. And then what we do on the right is we take those things that they say over and over again and we turn them into our memes, and then they get pissed off about it because they don't like humor.
Non-Muslims are animals and pedophiles. Again, this is the meme. My entire family had to flee from Islam, tried to kill us. Yep. No, that didn't. Yep. Thank you, Mehdi Hasan, for your his empathy is so good.
Deport him. Anybody who's got one of those names, I think, should probably be deported. If you don't want to change your name. Be American. Take in American values. Anybody who has Islamic values, get them the fuck out.
But so much empathy. Now, anyway, look at what's going on over here. This is happening, actually, not in Afghanistan or Iraq. This is in Chicago, baby. Chicago.
You know, this is supposed to be the Folly Town show. We're supposed to be talking about streamers here. We ended up talking about Muslims. Oh, well, I'm leaving it.
Can't make this up, guys. I am standing in the exact place.
Hey, I reported about this.
Where we are doing a Jesus march in 1 hour, and look who's here. A massive march, a massive Muslim march, where right now there's...
I mean, they kind of look like anime villains. Like the Akatsuki showed up to capture some Jinchuriki or some shit.
Singing over Chicago, Muhammad is the only one. May Allah be lifted up. They're declaring that all Jews and all Christians would be removed from this city. I mean, this is... You know I've been talking about this over the last week, and yet here we are right in the middle of it. Our cities in our nation.
You're Islamophobic if you don't want to get jihaded to death. That's right. If you don't want to get Durka to Muhammad jihaded, you might be Islamophobic. Now, in case you want to know what the end result to all this, because obviously we don't know. We're still in the Muslim Brotherhood growth phase. Again, you will notice every
Muslim Brotherhood works directly with the Democrat Party, by the way.
Single conservative guy is going to take my talking points in 6 months, and they're going to have exactly the same conversation that I'm having with you now. They're going to be having with you in 6 months. Pay attention. Nostradamus is 6 months ahead of the curve. This is what's happening. And this is a man who was arrested for purchasing a baseball bat because it could be misconstrued as a weapon.
From there, you fucking car.
Why are you filming it? Still in the wrapper.
Do video, make videos on sound.
The baseball bat is still in the plastic.
Hey, protect yourself. Protect yourself.
And look at all these people. They're just walking around like it's all just nothing's happening. And they're just side-eyeing like, whoa, that guy's getting arrested. Nobody's doing anything about any of these things happening.
Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Mate, what have I done?
What is this?
I think the crowd should be helping this guy.
Policeman out here.
Yeah, look at that. Young lad purchased a baseball bat in modern England. As soon as he leaves the store, police grab him for, quote, carrying a weapon. The bat is still in its plastic covering. Dog, look at that shit. Look at that shit. Arrested for buying a baseball bat in England.
Hey, don't.
I'm not fucking shocked, you dumb cunt.
It's still in the plastic. And, well, this is France, actually. Because it turns out this is just literally all over the... Breaking two police officers ambushed and stabbed in Toulouse, France. The attacker yelled, Allahu Akbar, dirty attack. Probably means nothing. This is the end result. Now, when I called...
Yeah, we don't want America to get to this point. And it's getting there. And I don't think that it's going to last long when we get here. I think there's going to be war in the streets, honestly.
This shit out, I get infinite Islamophobia. But the reality is, we all know exactly where this is going. We all know that when a Christian screams, Christ is king, no one's scared. When a Jew is screaming, Baruch Hashem, no one's worried. But when a Muslim guy jumps on the train with a backpack and screams Allahu Akbar and runs off the train. Now, you could argue that's Islamophobia. Hasan Piker would. But the reality is, I just don't want to get jihaded today. Is that too much to ask? And, well, if you want the correct talking points that people are going to start using in 6 months, you should definitely subscribe, of course. But also, I'm doing an entire deep dive series on my Patreon, literally analyzing the Quran. We're going through the Quran every week. Been illuminating, but not for any of the reasons.
Oh, boy. How have I missed that? Probably because the algorithms don't want to push that kind of content to me.
That you actually expect. This video is sponsored by...
Yeah, I think that we need to get the goblins out of the village, and you know what you do to get goblins out of the village, right? You ever seen Goblin Slayer? Highly recommend.